having a great time bringing you some of my thoughts on landscape photography. It's important you understand that they are my thoughts. They're not things you have to do, but I want to encourage you to at least explore them, see if they do work for you. For example, we've talked about a very important thing when it comes to composition is how the mind's eye travels through a photograph. We need to make sure we understand that it's going to go to those bright things first, either bright from exposure or bright from color or combination thereof, especially if they're at the top of the frame. Next, the eye is going to go to something sharp. Now, the mind does go through a number of checklists looking for things to grab onto as it searches through the photograph. I want to encourage you to go and explore more of this idea of how the mind looks. You can go to moosepeterson.com. You can read a lot of things I've written about the color psychology, a number of aspects of how the mind works. Go out and just find what works for you. And then start combining that with things like depth of field. Understanding you don't have to have a gazillion pixels of information to grab someone's imagination. You can open the lens up to 2.8 f4 and be just as effective as f22. Combine that with filters, the polarizers, the split grad. Keep in mind the quality of light falling on that scene. How can you control it? You might have to use exposure compensation. You might use a split grad. You might use two images to combine into one to capture that incredible dynamic range, or any combination thereof. So it's now up to you to take all this information and, very importantly, combine it with your heart and go out, find those great images, bring them back, and excite all of us with them, especially me. I look forward to shooting with you, more importantly, being inspired by your images. Thanks for joining us.